What a night last night for the Colorado State Rams. That was a blast. That was just a lot of fun seeing this team. I'm going to say this. There was a part of me in the back of my mind when they were down, 18 at the half. They got down 20 with 17 minutes left. There was still a part of me that thought, I've seen this team do it before. Saw them do it last year. They don't seem to quit. And they found a way to get it done. Second largest comeback in Colorado State Rams basketball history. I mean, it's to do it in a championship game, to do it at that level in St. Thomas for this Paradise Jam tournament. I mean, it's fantastic. Congratulations to David Roddy, named MVP of that. Roddy and Isaiah Stevens on the all-tourney team. But I look at this on a lot of different levels. We have raved about Niko Medved, this wonderful head coach for Colorado State that just keeps getting better and better and better. And he gets a technical foul early on in that second half. Things just continue spiraling. Right, a couple minutes into the second half, it doesn't look like things are going to get any better. Niko Medved gets a technical foul. This team kind of regroups, and they start pressing. They start pushing defensively. Then they start getting, not aggressive. They're still it's like calculated aggressiveness, I guess, calculated aggression. And it was this, I tweeted about this last night, it's almost like this calming force came over the Rams on the offensive side. There wasn't a lot of panic there. And I mean, there's a couple of things there. It's a veteran team now. This is a group that's been together for the most part, having a couple of new additions this year, but they've been together for a long time. And that kind of thing really starts to show itself when you're down like that. But I mean, still 17, 15 left. They were down 20 points, found a way to get this thing done. It's a special basketball team. They're sitting at 6-0. Our poll question yesterday was, are we seeing the best Colorado State Ram to ever do it? And David Roddy, and maybe. I love the Rams fans, by the way, that go and get all this research for us from players from 1947 that I never knew. But no, seriously, I appreciate it. But if you don't think he's the best, he's definitely up there. That's not taking away even guys that the Smiths and the Carvachos, guys that Dorian Green, those kind of guys that I watched since moving up here too, specifically and covered. But it's a very special basketball team. Defensively, when they're playing their absolute best defensive game, my goodness. The question is, when will they be ranked as a top 25 team? When does the national respect come in? They've gotten some. Before the season, they were getting some of that national respect. But you win a tournament like this, you beat a team, you beat Northeastern 71-61 when you're down by so much. Hey, bettors, I took the Rams -8 before that game started. So you're down 20 and you still win by 10. Think about that. To come back and make it an interesting game would have been cool. We would have been saying, oh, well, valiant effort. The Rams just didn't get off to a good start, but man, there's no quit. We would have said that. But then to pull off a narrow victory, we would have said, wow, close one. They found a way. But to 10 points isn't a blowout, but it kind of felt like that with all the momentum going over to Colorado State in that second half. I mean, what can you say? It's a fun group to watch. There's a lot of really unique players. The depth is there. I mean, the depth in those comeback wins, you look at that too. Yeah, David Roddy's a star. Isaiah Stevens is a star. And I mean, David Roddy's he's improving his next level stock, maybe his NBA stock every single day, every single game. But the depth of this team, that allows you, when you're down, you can keep throwing guys at a team in the second. That especially helps in the second half. I read somewhere earlier this year that good team, bad team, whatever, if you have depth this year, especially because of the COVID year, there's going to be some teams that have been together a while and a long while. And that's going to pay off in big dividends down the road against top teams, like top 10 teams. So the Rams have all those things going for them. They have the depth. They have the coaching. And it's not just Niko Medved. They have a great coaching staff. Excellent guys that we've gotten to know on our show throughout the season, throughout the last season too. But they have the depth, they have the coaching staff, they have the stars too. Guys that are going to just get better as the season progresses. But first bullet point of last night, obviously the comeback. Second bullet point for me is David Roddy. I mean, he is a sensational basketball player. He's a great guy too. And we're actually going to have David on the show weekly. It's going to be the David Roddy Show presented by Crazy Carl's Pizza. That is going to be a blast of a program because we're going to talk to, I don't know, guys, where do you put him? I mean, at the end of this thing, are we going to say he's a top player in the country? Certainly a top player in the conference. But I think when you look at a guy like Roddy who can do it all, and it's not one of those things where you say, jack of all trades, master of none. That's not the case with Roddy. It's a jack of all trades and a master of most with this guy. I mean, some of the moves that he can put on. I mean, some people, the knock might be, okay, can he truly go up against some of the most dominant big men in the sport when he's, really relied upon to be that guy? He has a lot of great inside moves. He has a lot of great moves. So far, so good as they bust through these challenges. It's been a crazy schedule for them too. I'm going on all these games right off the bat and then traveling to the Virgin Islands in this tournament. It's you're not going to get your perfect basketball. Either way you slice this thing, you're never going to see your perfect basketball in a place like St. Thomas because it's a unique environment outside of just a road game or outside of a road tournament. It's a unique environment. So for this team to kind of rally together, that first game was interesting. Then they end up destroying Creighton. I mean, you're not going to get your prettiest basketball. I was talking to Altitude TV's Chris Dempsey, about college basketball, NBA basketball in general. And, he said, hey, in the first month, even the great teams are going to have flaws. They're going to have bad nights. They're going to lose to teams that they would never lose to a couple months down the stretch. So the fact that the Rams have had a couple of those games, including Northeastern, where they were getting pushed around, but then they still find a way to win those games, that's a really big deal. So the tournament was awesome. Congratulations to Nico Medved, this entire coaching staff. So needed for Colorado State. So needed because, you look at the football side of things and, I know there's a lot of debate about Joe Parker and the direction of some of these programs, but this basketball program will put Colorado State on the map to become a basketball school. And they are. I mean, they're a basketball school. And it's bigger than that. I've talked to, cover your ears, Rams fans. I've talked to the voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, an amazing guy who says the same thing over and over again. Hey, listen, I want the Rams to succeed. I want the Rams to do well. That way, when they do finally square off, it makes that matchup even better. It makes the state of Colorado better. And then, I know we throw around Broncos country all the time, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but the state, it could sure become a college basketball state where you're known for, hey, that team up north in Fort Collins, hey, that team in Boulder. Heck, even the team, our studios are in Greeley, Colorado. We got the UNC Bears that are still playing some good basketball. In fact, we'll see UNC, CSU square off on Saturday. CSU's, let's face it, the station I work for, KFKA, the voice of the Bears, but I'm make no bones about it. CSU's going to win that game. And I think that's only the other game this week, right? They have, UNC on Saturday. I think they're going to start 7-0. I mean, they are improving upon that at-large bid status pretty quickly. Good things are in store for this team. So we're excited to talk more Colorado State. We're going to talk a lot of Rams today on the whole show. Again, if you don't know how to find us, we're on 103.1, 1310 KFKA. You can also listen to us online at 1310kfk.com. So we're in the Greeley, Fort Collins, Loveland area. If you're not in that area, if you're in Denver, if you're in St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, wherever, you can stream us with the TuneIn app, 1310kfk.com. And of course, all of our podcasts are available at thewholeshow.com, at KFK.com as well. Plus, wherever you get Spotify or podcasts, you can use Spotify and iTunes and all that. So whatever it's called now, Apple Music, you can find it. Bottom line is that last night was fun. You know what was cool too, and you guys see this on Twitter. Like it's just kind of you feel it, like this Ram following, just kind of in sync, all tweeting out similar things like, "Uh-oh, here they come. They're coming back. They're rolling. There goes David Roddy. There goes Isaiah Stevens. There goes Nico Medved getting sparked." It was a community, and that's how you build. You got to have success on one hand, but you got to have the following and the community on the other hand. And I think there in Fort Collins, we'll see it at Moby Arena too when we get more home games. You're starting to see a community of Colorado State fans. And that's where it starts. You got something. I mean, I think we're all in for a ride here. You diehard Rams fans, you're in for a big ride. Casual fans that just like basketball throughout the state, pay attention to what's happening. And, we said this at the beginning of the season, and the preseason polls said so too. But this team's a dance team. They'll be dancing. In fact, those are our expectations. Sorry, I'm getting emails on the other. Got two computers rolling here. Busy guy, kind of. It's going to be a ride, and I'm really looking forward to the journey with this team all season long. So here's what we're going to try to do: try to get Coach Medved on. I'm off after tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys, and then Friday we'll be off as well, and we'll be back at it Monday. So we'll probably try to get Coach Medved on the program next week. We should, assuming David Roddy, his schedule syncs up with us, but. We've got the David Roddy show on a regular basis as we get into more of a regular season, but we're planning on having him on tomorrow, but time will tell. But we're fortunate. And again, Crazy Carl's Pizza, hooking us up, Fort Collins, best pizza I've ever had. Seriously, and I love pizza. All right, guys, feel free to chime in on this later. I know we're recording it now, and we'll put it out there live for you, and then you can check it out. But so far, so good for your Colorado State Rams. They are 6-0, and they are the Paradise Jam champions for the 2021 season. They come off of their second biggest comeback in school history, and both David Roddy and Isaiah Stevens were named to the all-tournament team. David Roddy named the MVP. So pretty special weekend, pretty special start to the season for the Colorado State Rams. All right, tune in to the whole show coming up at 12 Mountain, noon Mountain. We'll be ready to rock and roll. And we got some other stuff too. We'll hit Broncos, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick signing, and the Nuggets get at it tonight with Joker play. So we've got a lot to sift through, but certainly going to be heavily focused on all things Colorado State Rams. All right, we'll talk to you soon.